Hello and welcome to the third tutorial for the Wick Editor that I've done to help you with your project. Now as you can see, we've got the sound on there which we added in the previous tutorial, and we also have our different backgrounds on these different frames. You'll see I have added a fourth one, that is just to kind of bring this all to a finish. So all of these frames, 4 frames, are on this one layer called Story. So what we want to do at the moment, if I click play, you'll see it goes really fast. And that is not what we want. So we want to be able to stop the animation on a particular frame. So you click on your first background, come over to here where it says scripts and add script, and click on timeline and stop. It might help if you click default first. So click stop, and in here we just want to click frame 1. So stop on frame 1. We'll just close that and then we will test it, and let's see. Okay, so that is perfect. That is exactly what we want. So we're just going to quickly do the same for the others. So we've got frame 2, add script, default, timeline, stop, but this time we want to put frame 2 and close that. We'll try it again with the third one, default, timeline, stop, frame 3, and then for the final one add script, default, timeline, stop, and you're right, that is frame 4. So all of these should stop on each frame, but at the moment we don't actually have a way of moving between each frame, and that's the biggest part of your interactive story. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an object. Now I previously added in a right and a left, so again you just click on upload assets and choose it from a folder. So there's lots there that you can choose. I'm just going to choose this arrow that I found, add asset to canvas, and again it's rather big, so I'm going to hold shift and make this a lot smaller. If you don't hold shift it's likely to go quite wonky. If I show you, you can change the height and width, so it's best to hold shift as you do it. So I'm just going to pop that there. As you can see, it's probably not the best quality of an arrow, but it'll work for now. So you can see it's actually quite a large area, so that makes it a bit of an easier click object to use. So now if I click on this button, and this can be absolutely any graphic at all. It could be a lampshade, or it could be a door, it could be a window. Anything you want you can make into a button, so long as it's a separate object. So it could be the sofa, it could be the text. Okay, so hold onto your, or click onto your object and just choose make button. And all we want to do is where it says mouse click is go add script. So we'll click on mouse click and again choose timeline, and instead of going stop or play, what we want is go to and stop. So at the moment it's saying, do you want to do this onto frame 1? And actually no, I'm going to put frame 2 because I want this button to take me to from here to here. So let's have a look and see if that has worked. So okay, so you can see that it has taken me from frame 1 to frame 2. So I'm just going to do exactly the same. So I go to my assets, I go right, add asset, and really I could have copied and pasted so they were exactly the same size, but as I'm trying to make this quick for you, you won't worry about that. But what I am going to do is add a left button in as well. So where's that one? Left. Add asset. So this time I'm going to have one that goes forwards and one that goes backwards. Okay, so we click here, make button, add script, mouse click, timeline, go to and stop, and this time we want it to go to frame 3. So we put frame 3 and close, and then I'm going to click this smaller one, make button, add script, and this time I'm going to make it go to frame 1. So this should take it back to the start. Let's have a go. Okay, so that has worked. So we've got a button or 2 buttons on that frame, and we've also got another button to add here. Now this time I'm going to not add an arrow apart from a back button, so let's quickly add that in. I'm really wishing that I'd used a easier arrow, which wasn't so big. So let's make that small and just pop that in the corner. Normally I would suggest you add consistency, but as this is just a quick little project, we'll just make it more fun, more rustic. Okay, so click that back button, make button, add script. Now we want this to go to frame 2, so it goes backwards. So timeline, go to and stop. Oh, don't click on that one. Go to and stop frame 2. Close that one. Now this time I'm going to make this skull the next button, so people have to look for the actual skull to just change it up a bit really. So I'm going to use this as a button. I've selected it, make button, and it's, as I say, it's exactly the same. Mouse click, timeline, go to and stop, and we just want this to say frame 4. Okay, so hopefully, did I do that one as well? Yep, I think I did. So we shall just play this and we shall see what happens. Okay, so all of my interactive buttons work, and that's it. That's all you need to do for your project. You don't have to have a button going backwards and forwards. It would be good if you could have at least 3 buttons to take you through the story, but it doesn't have to be. And as you can see from my interactive story, it really doesn't need to be special at all. But if you've got the time, then feel free to create some awesome work. Again, it can also go into your portfolio. Or store it so that you can save it for the future. So if you wanted to add animations, you can do, but I suggest you watch some of the tutorials that are on the Wick Editor. So this is the page that you come to, and you've got some different tutorials down here. So you've got keyboard interactions, and there's so many others. You can, it's endless. It really is. So that's all that I'm going to go through with you. It's now your turn to try and make something amazing. You might want to have an end button here where it exits, but that's all you'd need to do. And then to submit it, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can just click save, and it will save it as a Wick file. So if I just show you what that looks like, this looks like this. Okay. Or you can go export, and just make sure it's not as images, and I would do export zip, but if you do a normal save, I will be able to open it and launch it in here anyway. So go and have some fun. Let me know if you have any issues, and yeah, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Okay, goodbye.